I can't remember the last time the AL felt as wide open as it is in general. And we talked about it even in the AL East with Cole down, Heel down. They were replacing Soto with Bellinger. You have Jazz back for them. Goldie, who's older and trying to bounce back, they have questions. Tampa, obviously, you mentioned McClanahan was the spark. They were hoping their guy to get back, but they're kind of stuck in the middle. The Blue Jays have been a team that's underperformed the last few years. And then there's Boston, who had a really good offseason, but still has a couple issues. I mean, in your mind, do you see a favorite in the AL East or in general, or am I crazy to think that if you told me 8 teams could represent the AL right now, I would believe you. I think that's a good thing. And the only reason I'm saying that is like all the issues that the Orioles have had with injuries, they're still in a really good spot.
I totally agree. I think the AL East is as wide open as we've seen it in recent years. I love what Boston did. Anytime you go get Crochet and you get Chapman at the back end, you got Bregman coming in and some others to go along with what's a really good core group. The Red Sox concern me. There's no doubt they concern me for sure. The Yankees, look, I think going in before all the injuries happened, I think the Yankees were clearly the favorite, to win this. But anytime you lose your number one and you lose the rookie of the year, and Stanton is out as well from an offensive standpoint, and who knows when he's going to be back. I mean, the way they're talking, it's not days or weeks. It's literally months and months if it happens for him. I feel like it's as wide open as it's ever been, and McClanahan and Rasmussen were potentially coming back for the Rays. We knew the pitching was going to be the strong point for them, and now all of a sudden McClanahan is down. In Toronto, look, if Gosman bounces back and Barrios is Barrios from last year, Bassett's been a solid guy. They got some other pieces too. They got some new guys in the bullpen too. Romano is gone. And so, look, I think it's as wide open as it's ever been. It's going to be, I'm curious, of course, the Orioles obviously start without their most talented starting pitcher in Grayson Rodriguez and their most talented position player in Gunnar Henderson. We hope it's going to be days. And from what we hear, Gunnar could return the final game in Baltimore against Boston. That's when he's eligible to come off. And so I know he's getting a ton of at-bats down there in the minor leagues like Mateo is right now as well, and trying to ramp up and get ready. So I think it's anybody's ball. I do think the key for this, for all these teams, is getting out of the gate quickly. Like, you don't want to get covered up in this division early. Like, you need a solid start getting out. And then, look, it's a pretty tough schedule for the Orioles. If you look, man, a lot of their first, you got the Royals, you got the Diamondbacks, you got the Blue Jays, you got the Red Sox. There's a lot. Kansas City was in the playoffs last year. That's the five series for the Orioles right out of the gate. It's not going to be an easy chore for sure. So I think getting out of the gate quickly is going to be